Hey Adam,
Hi, Rado. How are you today?
I'm good. Yeah, I'm ready to jump into the next industry that we want to analyze.
Let's do it. I think it's good to show today what can happen when we introduce those interactive elements as a supporting tool for a service business. Before we showed how it works for products, where someone can learn more, configure the cart, but there are those high value activities, high value services, such as logistics that we'll be discussing today. Similar to finance, we touched on last time, always put a bit of the anxiety on the customer that they need to do some research. It's not only a stressful process of, let's say, moving house or moving shipment, but also preparation and assessing different offers, how things work. It's a fierce competitive market, so any brand that will help the customers make a right decision or make them comfortable. Okay, this is what's going to happen. This is how you are not an expert, we are, but we are comfortable on educating you. I think can win big in this industry. So this is why we can go through this today.
All right, let me share my screen and jump into it. Okay, logistics. So let's say a few words about what we do at the beginning of the video.
Yeah. So basically, I think this last sentence it's spot on. Last time we've discussed it and thought how can we encapsulate, but I guess that we turn passive readers into active customers. It's the exact way to explain what we aim to do. So with all the great content online, with all the great written word, it's times are changing. People no longer search online; they ask questions. They want to have an interaction. So, but yet there is still a lot of great content, and our solution by taking this content and putting it to an attractive, interactive, informative form kind of gives a second life to all that great content and in the end of the day brings results. So yeah, I think those mini apps, configurators, calculators, planning tools, you name it, like we do bespoke. We even now design things for fashion industry and cosmetics and what else, like uh, yeah, even employer branding can do with an interactive, attractive offering that elevates the brand, like modernizes the brand and elevates its presence to the modern day AI.
So I will try to also add something. Like we create many interactive apps that you can embed on the pages next to your existing content that already receives quite significant volume of traffic every month, which means that the users landing on the page can have a superior experience to what, for example, Gemini or ChatGPT can offer. And the biggest argument, of course, is that the solution that we can create with clients is validated and can be superior to ChatGPT because it's deterministic, more deterministic than probabilistic, which in case of ChatGPT and Gemini is true. It tries to predict the next the next word, and it reasons, but basically it's not validated.
Yes.
And users they don't know often what kind of questions they would like to ask, and by creating mini interactive apps, when users land on the page, we can offer them that kind of superior experience and basically try to win over that traffic from ChatGPT or Gemini again, using existing content. So that's the mission that.
Yeah, I think that this slide I was just about to say that what we see on the screen is a great example of it. That for a very special time in anyone's life, like the pregnancy, one of our customers that we worked with has great content on. It's a very informative blog post on how to prepare yourself for labor with their products. However, like I think this blog post it's about 1,000 words. Like it's a long read. I don't remember on top of my head, but what we can create, use the same content and create an interactive tool to be embedded. As you mentioned, we do not lose traffic that this page is generating. We, let's say, improve it and improve the experience on that page by embedding something what you see on the right on top of this article. Someone can have nearly like a conversation, a planning session. Okay, this is where I'm at. This is what I experience. Those are the constraints I have. This is what I'm, hopes, dreams, worries, and then from the whole catalog and knowledge base, we can extract the relevant knowledge, relevant products, as well as some advice how to use it and what to use. And as you said, it is embedded in the over 50 years of knowledge that this company possesses. So that also elevates the trust to the content we are getting. As you mentioned, ChatGPT is literally making educated guesses what the next word should be. And of course, it's a great tool, but we notice that when we ensure that anything you get recommended from this tool has been validated by professional, it's pregnancy safe, and you can, if the reader wants to double check, triple check, the content is already on that page. Just scroll down and you can, you've got time to read the whole thing, but your answer is this. And that increases the time on site, the conversion rates, the average order values, all
Brand
the metrics.
royalty.
Yeah, all the metrics that marketers care of, that goes up. But in the end of the day, it's the customer that wins. So they've got validated content quickly and personally.
Yeah. I think that's this is a pure part. This is a series of videos in which we try to take on an industry and try to come up with some mini apps that we could probably deploy in these industries for specific clients. So each of us, we pick one brand, and before the video we prepare and use our system and process to identify potential ideas for mini interactive apps that could improve overall conversion rate of a website. So let's jump into the first brand. This is my brand. So I picked a brand called Raben Group. It's a very well-known logistics company in Central Eastern Europe. It's very active in Germany, in Poland. And I took Ahrefs data and I spot using our system two problems. One problem is related to something called ADR. So this is related to dangerous materials transportation and transport, basically. And there are a lot of questions related to that, how to prepare for that, how long, what is the checklist and so on, and everything related to that. There are quite a lot of questions related to that problem. And second problem is I would say that it's related to the fresh products transport. So it often requires specialized trucks to transport products in low temperatures. And this is what I've identified as the pages that where users land. And in some instances, actually some graphics or images didn't load. So that's something to be improved. That's a landing page on the left. On the right, we've got a blog post or let's say an article related to ADR products. So a truck driver or a logistics manager lands on a page, and it's like, I don't want to read that. I just want to get in touch with the company or know the pricing, or I don't know, get some answers related to that specific problem I've got in my head. So this is not a great experience, I could say already. We used our process as part of our process. This is the first time I want to show that. We've got this. I need to find the link. So just a second. We'll cut it out, but I lost it. So let's cut this part out in a sec, in the future. But I need to find. Yes, this is it. I don't know why it was not linked. It was supposed to be linked. Okay. Anyway, I will just. Okay, so as part of the process, we've identified over 30 different app ideas that took all the traffic into account. and it did a great research. And I can show you the list of the app ideas. So these are things like transit tab, Euro hub, road estimator, pallet fit planner, chargeable weight calculator, CO2 emission estimator, temperature control planner, ADR transport advisor. This is the one that I took as the one to produce during this session and discuss. Customs and in Incoterms wizard, so basically everything related to international transport, and the list goes on and on. But basically there are a lot of clusters of traffic that could use some kind of more interactive solutions. So here we have keywords and app ID and the volume of traffic that this specific domain captures, of course, with the increased conversion, with the increased engagement of users on the page. Probably, I would say that in SEO, some positions and visibility can go up
Oh,
as
significant.
well. So
Let's keep in mind that those are just like the signals. Each keyword has a cluster of search terms behind it.
yes,
I would say this is like a temperature check for the website, plus the value of each conversion. Let's be honest, if someone orders an international specialized shipment, it
these
was
are
worth it.
very valuable conversions. Yes, and of course, these are also users who don't have a provider of
Exactly.
logistics yet. And when you actually start cooperation, then you stay on with that specific vendor for some specific period of time. So I'm happy to link that analysis in the description of the video. But I took these two cases, which was one was IDR and second was low temperature transportation. And this is what I produced. This is an app number one. So free compatibility checker for dangerous goods, ADR. And you have to provide a UN number to engage with the tool. And basically there is a, quite advanced FAQ list. So I think that the most important thing is this part in which a user can provide the most important thing, like what's the UN number, and then it can be guided and it can be a personalized experience. Let's take into these two numbers that are examples here. We can check compatibility, and the goal of that app is to check whether this product A is compatible with product B, and it could be basically transported together. Very simple app. And
Yeah,
now
but
let's
look,
go
look
back and
how much anxiety and how helpful that is. Even because let's remember that this app is designed for someone seeking transportation. That this is a great example that they are being prompted a question they probably didn't know they would have to consider. Of course, a professional later on the phone, maybe within the negotiation will go like, oh, sorry, but we cannot transport those two together. And then the customer feels silly, the company wasted a bit some time. But here it's like we are lowering the anxiety of the prospect before they start engaging the company. So
yeah, and using resources of that company, because
absolutely.
you have to engage in a phone conversation, you
Mm-hmm.
have to discuss it, and so on. And here you can have a clear information whether it's okay or not okay, and it's validated. It is an extremely vulnerable area of the business, which is related to dangerous products, and when you have the lists of products validated, and this is branded by this specific logistics company, you can trust it. So it basically, you know and if you have any doubts, you can have a free line, a specific line, and a specific way of contacting the right people inside of the organization to get in touch with them and basically provide them even more personalized information. And so this is a very simple app, but in my opinion, it could be very powerful.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and the second one is cold chain compliance quiz. I know that it might be silly, but these are things like, hey, you are a logistics manager. You have to you don't have to know everything. So, and these are simple questions like, hey, what are you transporting? Dairy products. Cool. So what is the temperature zone that is required? Oh, actually, it has to be a freezer. Okay, so how many pallets? 16 to between 16 and 33. Okay, so how fast should it be, delivered? Yeah, so let's say over 24 hours, long distance transport. And what's the expiration date of these products? Oh, that, over 14 days, let's say, or maybe between 3 and 7. Plastic crates. Yeah, are temperature loggers required? Very, very important information. Sensitive humidity and shocks. Okay. Fixed window. Well, these are a lot of questions to be answered. And then you've got at the end some kind of risk assessment. You have some answers and a checklist, and then a way to contact an expert to help you with that specific problem that you face. So yeah, I like this one more, to be honest. But I'm a newbie. I have no experience
No,
in
but imagine,
logistics.
like, the regulations are changing. It's always, the quality control on the produce like this. So I saw it not only as a configurator, okay, what do I need to take into account, but also even that can be easily reapplied for to onboard a new employee. Like, okay, you are a quality manager in the logistics chain. Let's double check that you know what you're doing. Let's have something like this. Whereas the opportunities are endless, and I think with our framework, what I emphasize in pretty much every single one of our recordings is that this is not a strike of luck. This is not the process that one day you have a good idea, one day you have a bad idea. It is a repeatable, scalable framework where we can take pretty much any website, any service, any product, and by following very precise steps of analysis, prototyping, and optimization, we capitalize on the traffic you already have and address the problems you as a business solve for your customers. So yeah, I think this is a great example of something like that. Yeah.
Okay, that's it. That was my part. What have you prepared?
So I think, like, they go nicely hand in hand to what I've prepared, because you were more like a B2B. I went more B2C route. So the brand I chose is called Gosselin. It's a pan-European international moving company that got also this logistics component, but more imagine that you got a job on the other side of Europe and need to pack up your family, your dog, and your car and everything, and move to the other side. So this is just a screenshot of the traffic they are getting. So what I want to point out here is that, first of all, they got international traffic. So look at those different flags. And well, if I were to present the whole thing, it's very scattered. I think there were like over 1,300 keywords, basically from this country to that country, or moving to, and you name the country.
Mm-hmm.
So when I did the analysis through our framework, one of the key ideas that came to life was like, oh, we need to basically have one place to assess the interconnections. Like, okay, what does it take to move from, let's say, Estonia to Belgium, from Portugal to the UK, from France to, I don't know, Romania. Uh, and this is exactly when I went through the website of this company, is that they've got plenty of content on this, in the sense how to prepare, how to assess, but, like, it's all in the written text. So if you move to the next slide, basically this is their experience of starting the conversations, how they can help someone move. So a very basic form, couple of videos, which are useful. What is interesting, they do have a solution that once you start working with them, you can send them how much stuff you have, any special requirements, but that's after you converted some, like, a traffic to a customer. For now, you are generating leads on, from, to, when, and some additional
Mm-hmm.
information that you are pretty not, at least have a guide there, like what kind of information you would expect, because there is you know describe important details as property type, blah blah blah, stuff like this. I was like, I think we can do better. Like, especially.
I get it. Like there is so much anxiety,
Yeah.
problems, like before contacting the company. I know that everybody for like the last 20 years were like, hey, contact button, contact me now. I need a contact from a client that is on the website. And this is usually what they are looking for the most. But like just to increase the chances of them reaching out, there are just so many other things that you could add as a like part of experience. Like how long does it take? What are the checklists? I don't know what is the time. Like there are just so many and problems and questions that are in the head of a person
Exactly.
that
Am
is
I in a
considering
rush?
moving between companies,
Yeah.
so between countries. Yeah, or maybe they are in a rush.
Yeah. So if you go to the next slide, that were throughout our process we identified like many more apps, but those six came to life as the most, let's say, attractive, embedded in the traffic.
Mhm.
So for example, like helping decide based on how much stuff I have, what kind of storage I need to move, what are the custom requirements. A lot of logistics companies would tell you, okay, the legal part is on your side, dear customer. So you kind of, once you pack your bags and send it on the way, you still have at the back of your head, like, because if the paperwork is missing, they'll just turn around and send it back to the house I'm no longer in. So the one I chose to progress today was this timeline planner, but it's much more expanded. So we will see it in a second that how much help it can provide. So if you actually go to the next slide, let's have a look. I mentioned it's a very simple app. It is we've got a live demo linked on the screen. This is like minimum viable product. It does what it's supposed to do. We can brand it to any logistics company and embed it in any relevant place. But for example, like one of the first question was like, when am I planning, when do I need to leave the house or when do I need to arrive at the other place? Yeah, let's say you are packing your whole house from one place to another. With some modes, for example, transportation mode, it can help you decide what would be the best one. But and yeah, also those additional bits. So like people travel with pets and people want to move their stuff. So here you choose that you need some storage.
This is something very unintuitive. Like, what's the volume? It's like
Mm-hmm.
someone works in IT or someone works in finance, and they don't like
Yeah, this is
they
why
don't
it's
know how to
optional.
calculate estimated volume in.
This is why it's optional, but sometimes maybe because for those jet setters that have been moving often, they exactly know. Okay, last company was this, so they might know. If they don't, it's optional. It will go through. But if you click calculate here, it will create you a detailed checklist of, first of all, what to do when, how much time it will take, because I think you chose that you have a pet, when to ensure that you've got yeah, all the paperwork.
Wow,
So it basically, and at the bottom you can generate this timeline, put it in your calendar, and you've got like nearly a project plan of moving house
it's a project, and now you have tasks.
from the
That's
experts.
amazing.
And also, I think if you scroll down further, like you can on those accordions, yeah, you can open like, what do I need to buy? What do I need to prepare? What do I need to put to my insurance? Because you chose every option, the list is quite extensive.
Yeah,
But imagine that you would have to finding each of those solutions, each of those pieces of information. It is a research, and here we saved someone a lot of time to do just that. And
and this is how brand trust is built.
yeah, and this is where you show that, okay, we are the experts, and the experts are here to help. And then, like of course, it is a very useful, and it is a service on its own, but it's also generated it's designed to generate leads. So both of those timelines and projects, one comes to the customer, potential customer, and one already goes to the company, in this case Gosselin. When they start conversation, they already qualified you. They already know, oh, you've got a pet. Even like, what's the pet's name? Okay, so Billy will be like, don't worry, we'll
And
organize
you can pass all this
Yeah.
personalized information to the CRM system the moment they decide to contact, to reach out to
Yes.
the company. This is the moment the person on the other side could potentially have all this information ready, and know that this is probably the scope of the task ahead. Okay, that's awesome. I like this app a lot. Okay, and we've got it. I think that's it for today, right?
It is, yeah.
The sharing screen option. At the end, we could say something about what we do. We hope for companies like the ones that we showed in the video, and similar one, to reach out to us so that we could start working together and optimize your traffic in terms of conversion rate using solutions like the ones that we showed. Of course, way better, because the ones that we showed today were just prototypes, and the possibilities are way bigger.
Pretty much endless. And I'm sure like we will put
Pretty much endless.
we'll put links in the description of this video. So yeah, please feel free to reach out to see how this process can look for you, for your business, as well as I know that Rado has designed and is doing some small group, like trainings, how to get into this kind of products, creation, design, as also, but like I don't, it's suitable for also for non-technical professionals, but who want to understand. Basically, we offer what we say is that Rados training can educate you on how to think of the possibilities that this kind of interactive elements can by the end of it, you can make it yourself or work with us on something like what you saw on the screen. So all the details will be in the description, but yeah, I encourage everyone to spend some time exploring this area, because yeah, I think the shift is happening, and the businesses that will jump on this train early will benefit very greatly.
Thanks a lot, Adam.
Thank you.
See you next week. Bye.
See you next week. Bye bye.